Every single Linux Sucks video ever made, every Linux Sucks show ever put on is available for free for everyone to enjoy over at lunduke.locals.com. I don't have them up on YouTube anymore. I used to publish them all to YouTube, but I don't really like YouTube that much, so I don't do it. But you can watch them at lunduke.locals.com for free. There's no cost. You don't have to pay to subscribe to anything in order to enjoy them. You do have to create an account over there in order to do it, but you want to do that anyway, so you get all the articles and regular shows that I pump out every single week, because why wouldn't you want that? I love doing these shows. I've been doing them since... Well, let me scroll down. Here's a big list of them in chronological order, going back to 2009. So 15 years now. I've been doing these Linux Sucks almost every year. A few years I did 2 even, sort of. And some years I didn't do an official Linux Sucks, but I did something slightly different. In 2015, I did Windows is Awesome. In 2023, last year, I did Mac OS Sucks, but every other year I've done Linux Sucks, including this year, 2024, I did This Is Going to Suck More Than Anything Has Sucked Before. And it was a great show. It was a lot of fun. One of the things I love about doing these is, to start with, I don't edit shows. Right? When you watch a lot of shows on YouTube or whatnot, those YouTubers, man, they put in time and effort into creating a show. They edit things up and they got quick cuts and takes and overlays and swoops and things. I don't ever do that sort of thing. You might say, Lunduke, you're the laziest man on earth. And you got it, man. But what I like to do is I like to put on a show. And you could call this a presentation. You could call it a talk. You could call it a speech. You could call it a stand-up comedy special. But I like to do one show. I like to do a 45 minutes to an hour big show that's planned out, that's prepared ahead of time, and I do in one take in front of a live audience. Now, most of the Linux Suckses, especially the early ones, were done in front of a live audience at big conferences, sometimes in front of 1,000 or so people, and they were great. It's great to have those live audiences. The last few years, that hasn't been possible for a whole variety of reasons, but we're still doing them live, such as the 2024 edition of Linux Sucks. We did that live. Last year's Mac OS Sucks. We do that live. I live stream it out. Everyone can watch and heckle me in real time. Of course, it's across the internet. We're all not in the same room, so it's missing some of that. But there's still something great about, if I screw up, that's the show, right? I love that. I love the pressure that puts on for that. It's just fantastic. So if you want those, I'm going to link to those wherever you're seeing this video. I'll post the link to the article that has chronological order of every single Linux Sucks and Windows is Awesome and Mac OS Sucks and all of it that has ever been created. And here's the thing. On lunduke.locals.com, there's a lot of other big shows that I do throughout the year as well. That's where you can find everything from Programmers Are Evil, which is one of my favorite shows. If you've never seen Programmers Are Evil, go watch it and watch to the end, because that show, it makes me giggle. And I did it. Like, I've watched that show before and thought, man, that was fun. I liked that. Good job, Lunduke. I pat myself on the back for that one. Go watch Programmers Are Evil. If you go to lunduke.locals.com and you go to the content view, there's a little content link. You can look at all the videos and articles and PDFs and everything else that I've published, and you can search there. Search for Programmers Are Evil. Go watch that one. It's great. Awesome Masculinity, Computers and You. That was a really fun one. I got a lot of flack for producing that one. I get a lot of flack for producing it. If I breathe too heavily, people yell about me on the internet. What can you do? They're watching you. That was another fun one. You can't go wrong with a little Lunduke is super paranoid, right? Well, this coming up, hold on a second. I don't know. Here's the right button I should push. Coming up on Wednesday, March 27th, we've got another big show happening. These are great because these are every week I put out a video. I put out a podcast. I put out articles. And they're fun for me to create. And they're hopefully a lot of fun for all of you to enjoy as well. But there's something awesome about taking that extra time and creating a show. A stand-up special. A unique event that is, again, not edited, but done in one take in front of a live audience that is a big thing. Right? A big special. And the next one we're doing is the great myths of computer history. And this one is going to be so much fun. I go into so many things. Some of you who have followed me for years will recognize some of the topics I'll go into. Because yes, I will touch on who was the first computer programmer and what was the first computer bug. I will touch on those things. But I got other stuff that I'm coming at. And I've got a back catalog of myths, of lies that people have told over and over and over again about computer history that I need to debunk. I need to set the record straight because it's absolutely ridiculous how many tech journalists and self-proclaimed tech historians constantly get these things wrong. Even after I'll write an article about it, even after I do a show on it, and I'll send it to them, I'm like, what are you talking about? No, the first computer bug was not a moth. That comes up so many times. That was a joke. That was a joke someone told. But they repeat it until it becomes true, until that becomes the true history. And that gets the history of the internet, the history of computing is filled with jokes or lies or just errors that have been told so many times that they have now become the facts. And I'm going to rip them all to shreds. I am going to piss off a lot of people where I am going to butcher and grill for a delicious dinner all of their sacred cows. It is going to be awesome. You are not going to want to miss that. That is Wednesday, March 27th at 12 p.m. Central, live for everyone to watch. It's going to live stream for free on lunduke.locals.com, over on the Lunduke channel on rumble.com, and over on Twitter or X. So if you follow me on any of those three places, you can watch it for free. I may or may not live stream it to YouTube. Again, I don't love YouTube. Too many ads and too much tracking and the algorithms of the recommendings and whatnot. I find it annoying. But it's definitely going to stream in all those other three places, which are all free to enjoy. After the live stream happens, the recorded version will be posted up at lunduke.locals.com for everyone to share and freely spread around. Again, free for everybody. There's no cost for this. Now, if you want to support the work that I do, and I really appreciate it if you do, the Lunduke Journal does not take advertising money. Not now, not ever. That's just not something that I do. I don't take ad money. I don't take sponsorship money. I don't take a dime from any big tech corporation, which means the things that I say, I believe. Nobody else is influencing me to say them. They're my thoughts. No one's strong-arming me. No one's encouraging me. I'm not afraid to speak negatively about a computer company for fear of losing them or one of their partners as a sponsor, which I guarantee you every single podcaster, YouTuber, or tech journalist out there that has ads on their site or in their show, they are worried about that. Every single one of them. And if they're not, they are lying to you through their teeth. But I'm not, because I don't take that money. It's all through sponsorships. It's all through subscriptions. Sorry, not sponsorships, subscriptions, different S word. And the subscriptions are pretty inexpensive. If you go to lunduke.com, you go to a page called Lunduke Link Central. This is Lunduke Link Central. And that is just basically exactly what it sounds like. A whole lot of links to different places where you can get all of my shows, audio podcast feeds where you can follow me on Twitter or X, even my LinkedIn profile. You want that? Sometimes I post things to LinkedIn, not very often. You want to get all of my videos. You want to get the Rumble channel. You want to watch, again, Every Linux Sucks. There's a link right there. You want to go to the podcast archive, the free PDFs that are the DRM free PDFs that all subscribers get access to. I've written a ton of books, and they're all free for everyone to enjoy. Kids books even. Kids books about Linux, because well, who doesn't want that? So you go over there, and you can find all of that good stuff. And there are lots of ways that people can subscribe. And here are the variety of subscription options. You can just pay me a monthly, couple of bucks a month. You can pay a yearly and get a little bit of a discount, or you can get access to all of the sites that I produce, which is 3 different sites: lunduke.locals.com, conservativenerds.locals.com, and nerdyentertainment.locals.com. 3 totally different places with very different focuses. Conservative Nerds is all about politics. Lunduke.locals.com is all about tech with no politics, so you can feel safe no matter just hanging out there and having fun, no matter what your politics are. And Nerdy Entertainment is about entertainment. We do a book club, we do a movie club, we hang out and we talk about entertainment and comic books and what have you. Again, not very political, just hanging out, having fun, talking about entertainment stuff for nerds. It's fantastic. In fact, this week's movie club is on Logan's Run. Yeah, we watched some of the old classics. So the classic sci-fi Logan's Run. We got the Burroughs book on Mars, or Princess of Mars, we're doing for our current book club. We got a lot of different stuff. So if you want to join us over there, have a good time with it. You can also get a lifetime subscription to the Lunduke Journal, where you get access to all of them at the same time. Or you can get a yearly triple pass where you get access to all of them for the same time. And again, that supports the work I do. It ensures that these special events, like the great myths of computer history, like every single Linux Sucks that ever comes out, remains available and keeps getting produced, and new shows get produced every week, sometimes every single day, with new articles and new shows coming out. And you support that. And you keep it all ad-free. So like right now, I'm talking about all these things you can do to support the show. But this is the only commercial that you'll ever see with the Lunduke Journal. I'm not going to be talking about Hot Pockets, as much as I like to eat a Hot Pocket. or an Uncrustable. You know, those Uncrustables are pretty good. Some peanut butter. They got the right amount of jelly in them. Those are good little sandwiches. But I'm not going to be talking about them as a sponsor, because no one pays me to do that. And I'm not going to take it if they do. Sponsors and advertisers have offered over just the last couple of months. I've received a couple of offers that have been good. I'd make more money if I took it, but then I couldn't say that I'm the only big journalist out there that's not taking money from anyone. I'm only taking money from you. You are not the product being sold when the Lunduke Journal is around, right? My shows, my articles, my books, those are the product. And you pay me for it. Right? As soon as I start advertising, I'm taking money from someone else so that they have access to you. That's how advertising works. Then you are the product being sold to those people over there. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not okay with that. I think that that's dirty and yucky, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I used to do it many years back. I didn't like it. It made me feel icky. And it influenced what I could talk about. It influenced what I would feel comfortable saying, because sometimes I'd have an opinion. I'd report on the news. I'd report on a news topic that wouldn't even be my opinion. Just here's some facts of what's happening. Here's what's happening with Mozilla, with the Linux Foundation, with IBM, with Red Hat. I would say things, and my sponsors would hear about it from those companies. They'd be like, I don't know if we can do business with you because you sponsor Lunduke. Yeah, these companies hate me. These organizations do not like Lunduke. And if I do business with a sponsor, I have to watch what I say. But I don't. I can say the truth. And if you look at the reporting that the Lunduke Journal has done just over the last 4 and 5 months, you see that I've covered stuff that no other tech journalist will even touch. The massive leaks that came out of IBM and Red Hat, they broke on the Lunduke Journal. Yeah. The Register won't touch them. ZDNet won't touch them. No tech nerd journalist is comfortable touching them, regardless of their politics, because if they do, they lose IBM and Red Hat and every sub company that they own and every company that those companies do business with, which is just about every company on earth. They lose the marketing dollars from all of them. But I get to come out and I get to tell you the truth. And then, of course, I get to do these really fun shows where I get to skewer every sacred cow myth in all of computing history. It's coming up this next Wednesday, not this next Wednesday, but the Wednesday following this Wednesday. So a little over a week away, March 27th, 12 p.m. Central. Grab your subscription, paid or free, to one of these places so that you don't miss out, because it's going to be a blast. It's going to be a blast. This year's Linux Sucks was fun. If you missed out on Linux Sucks 2024, go watch it. It was fun. It was an absolute blast. I loved it. It was a great show. This coming show, The Great Myths of Computer History, way better. Best show I've done in years, in my opinion. I mean, I haven't recorded it yet. Again, I'm doing one take, and I'm doing it live on Wednesday, March 27th. So who knows? I could flub the whole gosh darn thing. I get one take in this. Here's one live show and it's done. But the slide deck I've created, it's brutal. All right, everybody. Thank you, everyone, for making all of this possible. Thank you for making it possible for me to do these crazy shows. Thank you for making it possible for the Lunduke Journal to cover stuff that no other tech journalist out there will cover, will touch. I've talked behind the scenes with so many tech journalists who were like, yeah, I'm not touching that. Holy heavens. Like after I published the Red Hat leaks. I think it was the second or third round of Red Hat leaks that came out, and the IBM leaks that were coming out. I started getting these messages from some of my tech journalist buddies, because we all know each other. Some of us hate each other, and some of us love each other. But we all know each other. I started getting messages, and one podcaster I know sent me a message like, "Oh boy, that was crazy. That was crazy. Like, you are nuts. They are going to skewer you alive, Lunduke." And I'm like, let them try. Let them try. What are they going to do? Pull my sponsorships? What are they going to do? Pull my ad dollars? Because they don't matter. The companies don't matter to me. Like, they can't influence me. It's so amazing. And it's only because of all of you that I can do that. Because like these people these podcasters and YouTubers that were messaging me about that, I was like, are you guys going to cover it? Come on. You're going to be a pansy and pansy out? Or are you going to cover the biggest, most explosive stories of the year? Because I am. I'm breaking them all. You can either choose to cover it, or you can be a freaking coward. And we were joshing with each other. You know, guy friends do that, right? They poke at each other like, come on, pansy, do it. Did any of them cover it? No, not one of them. And some of them are great. Some of them are journalists and podcasters and YouTubers that are my dear friends. Love them to pieces. But if they cover the things I cover, they go out of business. They get yanked off of YouTube. They get shadow banned all over the place. They lose their corporate sponsorships. They can't afford to. I can. Because of you. So thank you to everyone who I'm going to put this back up here on screen, who does this. Thank you to everyone who does this, who subscribes to the work that I do. I can't thank you enough. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, because none of this would be possible. If you weren't there doing this, there would be no new Linux Sucks shows. There would be no new Great Myths of Computer History shows. There would be no explosive shows about what's happening with Mozilla, which some people are starting to cover, not just the Lunduke Journal. I mean, all of it broke with the Lunduke Journal. Don't get me wrong. I've been banging on this drum for a while. But with Mozilla, the Linux Foundation, Wikipedia, on and on and on. It only exists in the world because of you. Because no one else is in a position to be able to do this. And the only reason I get to do this is because of you. Amazing. Amazing. You are amazing. You guys are just amazing. So, mark your calendars. Wednesday, March 27th. We're going to make a lot of people mad with this one, which is funny because it's just history. It's just me correcting history facts. Literally an hour of me correcting history facts, but it's fun. And oh my gosh, people are going to be upset about it, even though it's just history. They shouldn't be, but they still are gonna be because people hate it when they get corrected. So mark your calendars, come hang out with me, watch me do it live, heckle me in the live stream chat, and we'll have a blast. All right, everybody. With that, I do declare end broadcast.